Yes, I give thanks. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself at this time. You already know. Welcome to Crystal Delphia. Thanks for tuning in again. You could be on 1,000 other pages right now. You can be on 1,000 other YouTube clips or channels or whatever. But somehow the spirit guided you to this one. See? So give thanks. Give thanks to the mother of mothers. Holy Omega I. See? Namu Amatu. Namu Amatu. Namu Ama. See? Devotion to the divine feminine, devotion to who they call Tiamat, who they call Gaia, and to some who they call Mother Earth, and some call her Mother Nature. And Kemet, excuse me, and Kemet originally, in the early dynastic periods, because if you look at the Netarus as they developed through the dynastic times, in the early stages, you see that the Netarus and that Netaru cosmology was dealing with nature spirits and animal spirits and things of that nature. Later on, after, the ego dwelled in man, later on the Netarus became men and women, seen. But that's a long story. But the original Netarian system was a system of dealing with nature, the cosmology of Mother Earth, seen. Now, big ups to those who have explained the significance of the Great Mother and her role in pre-dynastic times. And big ups once again to Brother Bobby Hemmett, who been explained how in pre-dynastic times, before Asar, before Osiris and Set and Heru and them, the pre-dynastic deity of all deities was a woman. See, it was a hippopotamus deity. But to make a long story short, whether you want to call her Tiamat, Gaia, or just plain Mother Earth, people naturally say Mama Earth or in Mother Nature. Even people who are into the religious world, when they use certain terminologies referring to nature, a lot of times people say Mother Nature. Mother Nature, Neter. I'm not going to give you that lecture over again. But later on, the Neteru became actual beings, human-like, humanoid beings, and not the forces of nature. Seen, but that's a long story. Just give thanks to wisdom. Seek ye wisdom, because she is definitely better than silver, gold, and all of the riches of this world. You already know. In abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. And she has created a way for you to use your mind to create abundance, because the universe is full of abundance. So we give thanks. So today's topic is the blue tiger eye and the blue light. Now we're going to deal with not just blue tiger eye tonight, but blue gemstones in general, and how to communicate with the divine, how to communicate with the ancestors, how to communicate with the higher self through meditation, how to communicate to people, how to communicate, period. How to communicate better when you're dealing with public speaking. Even myself, I get a little tongue-tied, and, so blue gemstones are perfect for helping individuals who might have trouble finding the right lyrics to their songs, or to their poems, or to whether you're a book writer or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you might get writer's block. So for those individuals who need a little spark, or need a little inspiration, or need something to help them channel their lyrics, if you're an MC, or if that's the case, then blue gemstones is where it's at. For those who get nervous when it's time to speak in front of crowds, you get a little jittery, you might get a little anxious. So these blue gemstones help you deal with communication on all different types of realms. Seen? But the most important thing that one should be trying to communicate is with yourself and your true divine higher self. Now, blue tiger eye is a very powerful gemstone, and you already know, third eye. When you're dealing with gemstones, the color kinds of just gives it away, pretty much. Not to preach to the choir for those who already know, so I'm not going to get just too much into the blue tiger eye. It's just the blue tiger eye is the stone of the hour, as you see, but we're dealing with the blue light in general. So I have a blue candle lit, seen, and also you see right here on top of this blue agate, I have some blue kyanite. See? Now, blue kyanite is definitely good for like helping you balance yourself a little. You might feel a little scattery. That's definitely a balancing stone, and helps you harmonize your chakras. You know, everything's about harmony. Well, the sophisticated world calls it harmonics. But anyway, there's no such thing as harmonics, man. But when you're dealing with terminologies, I guess there is. They have to sophisticate and separate everything from the divine. Everything, or even how we're educated. They give you secular knowledge separate from spiritual or religious knowledge when it's supposed to be together, combined on the one, the force itself. You already know. See? So you can use your blue gemstones and, use yourself and your energy combined with the blue candle to help ease the mind, to help get rid of disagreeable and toxic thought forms, so that you can be able to focus in and channel in on that which you are trying to channel in on. Whatever channel you're trying to be on your little radio show, you see? So I say indigenous people or black people, all black people be channeling, man. They make channeling seem like, such a, metaphysical thing, only, people who are into, so-called occult and whatever, everybody be channeling, man. But the reason why I say black folks, because I've seen a lot of people channel and didn't know that they were channeling. And sometimes you got to be careful of that which you are channeling, but that's a whole nother story on this channel, but we're going to deal with it at another time. But anyway, the point is, so how do we focus in and channel in on that which we're trying to channel in on? We have to first, still the mind. How it says in their Bible, be still and know that I am a higher, or be still and know that I am God. So when it say be still, don't mean freeze like a mannequin. It means be still and meditate. Go in and, cleanse your mind a little bit, still your thoughts, so that you can be able to examine your thoughts and get rid of the ones that you don't need, the ones who the unproductive thoughts, and hold on to the ones that you do need. But you got to still your mind first. So if you have trouble doing that, that's where your blue stones come in. So, and everybody has their own twist. You can definitely combine the blue gemstones and the blue candle, and the blue light energy with whatever twist that you have to help you communicate. You know what I mean? Some people, they like to pour libations and sip on them at the same time. Some people don't sip on anything. They like to smoke ganja. Some people don't do anything at all. They just meditate, and they like to put on their meditation music. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. Whatever helps you get in that vibration of tranquility. See? Now, I know I talk a lot about the green light, and the purple light, and these other lights, but the blue light is special because before I even speak to you, I like to deal with the blue light because it's dealing with communication. What do I say to these people? What am I about to speak through the ethers? Because when I put this out on YouTube, I'm really just, putting a frequency out through the ether. So before I talk to you guys, I definitely do my own blue light energy thing. And I tune into the divine, and I let it flow. See? So I got my soda light, I got my selenite, and it's all right tonight. You dig? You know what I mean? We live in a world where we're always on the move. We're always on the run. Gotta get there, gotta get there, gotta get here. See? We don't really have the time to relax the mind and still the thoughts and those things. We gotta get up and do it all over again the next day. You know what I mean? We live in a society that's controlled by the reptilian brain, and most people are stuck in the reptilian brain, or that survival mode aspect. See, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because that's the first, self-preservation is the first loss. That's cool. But there is more to life than just survival. We already know. But the way this paradigm is built off reptilian energy. And I don't mean reptilian beings. I'm not talking about reptile creatures who shapeshift. I'm talking about everybody who's trapped in survival mode because of, that reptilian part of the brain. So we must learn how to journey out of certain components of the brain so we can get into the mind, because we know that there is a difference between the brain and the mind. You already know. The brain is just a receiver and a transmitter, but the mind is multi-dimensional. You already know. So get thanks more. Make sure you stay more in tune with the frequency of gratitude, and give thanks in advance for that which you are trying to manifest. When you give thanks in advance, as if it had already manifested, then you're not even asking. You're just manifesting through gratitude. And when you feel that you have smelt it, touched it, seen it in your mind, and you manifest it in the mental realm, then you give thanks for that. Give thanks for the opportunity to even formulate those visions and goals that you have before they even manifest in the physical. So whatever you believe in, or whatever you think is the divine, or whatever your spirituality is, when you make supplications, give thanks in advance, as if it has already manifested in the now. You already know. Now, stop begging all the time. Oh, can I win the lottery, bro? No. Anyway, learn how to use the blue light to communicate with your ancestors, to go deep inside of your DNA strand and talk to those who you've always been talking to and communicating with. Because the more you deal with the blue light, you realize, oh, I've been tuning in on this my whole life. I just didn't know what it was. I have more focus on this channel now. It's not just a fuzzy radio station. Anyway, give thanks for reasoning with I and I. Give thanks to Her Imperial Majesty, Holy Emmanuel I, the Mother of Mothers, the Mother of God. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself at this time.